Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a single yet incredibly rich piece of source material, a sacred text known as the Hanuman Chalisa. You sent us this document, and yeah, the formatting's a bit different, but it seems packed with insights into this, well, really revered figure.
Exactly. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that it isn't just, a historical document. It's not just a prayer either. It's a devotional hymn, and it somehow manages to capture the very essence of Hanuman, one of the most powerful, most beloved figures in Hindu mythology.
Right.
So our mission for you today is really to go deep, extract those core attributes, the incredible things he did, and the profound significance he holds, all straight from this text. Why is he so central?
Okay, let's get into it then. What first strikes you about this source itself, the Hanuman Chalisa? What should we know about, like, its structure or where it came from?
Well, it's beautifully concise. It's the first thing. It's a really popular Hindu devotional hymn made up of 40 verses. They're called chopes.
40 verses, okay.
Yeah, and these are framed by a doha, which is a couplet, one at the start and one at the end. But what's really significant is that the closing lines, they clearly point to the author.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the revered saint and poet Tulsidas. He actually states, Tulsidas Sada Hari Chera, which basically means Tulsidas is always Hari's servant. So it's not just a poem. It's Tulsidas's personal deep praise for Hanuman.
Ah, that really grounds it, doesn't it? Puts it right into that devotional tradition. So, okay, let's focus on Hanuman himself then. How does this text actually, paint a picture of him, his origins, his identity?
Right. Well, from the very beginning, the chalisa gives you a really vivid sense. It talks about his unique parentage. He's called Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama.
Okay, what does that mean?
It tells you he's the son of Anjani, his mother, and Pavana, the winged god. So he's got this earthly and divine lineage, which is pretty important.
Right, makes sense.
And the opening verses, they just immediately praise him as a Gyan Gunasagar, an ocean of wisdom and virtues. And it highlights his Atulit Baldama, his, well, incomparable strength.
Incomparable strength.
Wow, exactly. And he's also called Mahavir Vikrama Bajrangi, a great hero, really strong-limbed, and Sankara Suvan Kasari Nandan. That links him to Shiva and also names him as the son of Kasari. So these aren't just titles, you see. They point to his core. Immense power, deep wisdom, and a fundamentally virtuous nature.
Okay, so we have the lineage, the immense power, the wisdom, but the text also seems to give a really clear visual, right? What does Hanuman actually look like, according to this?
It does, yeah. Visually, it describes him with a Kanchan Baran Barash Subisa.
Yep.
That means a golden complexion, and he's beautifully adorned.
Golden. Okay.
And he wears Kanan Kungu Kunchit cases, earrings, and curly hair. Gives him this sort of regal look. And he's always shown carrying his weapons, a Vajra or a Daja, a mace, or maybe a thunderbolt-type weapon and a banner.
Yeah.
Symbols of his power and, victory. He also wears a sacred thread, as you knew. But it's not just the physical. The Chalisa also calls him a dispeller of evil thoughts and a companion of good sense. So it emphasizes his role as someone who purifies your mind and guides you towards what's right. He's not just strong, he actively brings clarity and virtue.
That's fascinating. Dispeller of evil thoughts. I like that. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. And you touched on this. His whole identity seems tied up with his devotion to Rama. What incredible things did he do for Rama, according to this text, that really make him legendary?
Oh, absolutely. His entire existence is pretty much defined by his Ramkaj Karibikawatur, this deep eagerness, this need to do Rama's work. The Chalisa talks about several amazing deeds that show off not just his strength, but his smarts and his ability to adapt.
Like what?
Well, for instance, when he needed to get to Sita in Lanka without being seen, he took a Sukshma Roop Dari, a tiny, subtle form, almost invisible.
Wow.
But then, to basically scare the enemy and show Rama's power, he became Vikata Roop Dari, this huge, formidable, terrifying form, and that's when he burned Lanka.
Okay, so tiny then terrifying.
Exactly. And then, to fight the demons head-on, he took on a Bhima Roop Dari, a massive, mighty form to Asur Sanhari to destroy them. So you see, it's not just about changing size. It shows his strategic thinking and how he'd completely change his nature to serve Rama.
That's quite the range. Subtle, formidable, mighty all for Rama. And what about his most famous act, the one that really, everyone associates with him?
Right. They would undoubtedly be bringing the Sanjivani herb. This magical herb miraculously revived Lakshmana, Rama's brother, who was near death.
Oh, yes, the healing herb.
That single act brought such joy to Rama. The text says Rama praised him so much, and even Hanuman was as dear as Farad, another of his very dear brothers. It really shows you the depth of Rama's love and trust in him.
That's powerful.
And the text also mentions, almost casually, that crossing the huge ocean with Rama's ring in his mouth was Jaladi Langi Gai Akraj Nahin. Meaning it was no surprise for him, like, yeah, crossing an ocean. For Hanuman, with his devotion, even the impossible is, well, not that big a deal.
Okay, so incredible feats are just expected.
Pretty much. And beyond that, he was also key in helping others. He helped Sugriva get his kingdom back. That's the Tum Oko Sugriva Hikinha part. And he advised Vibhishana, who then became Lankeshwar Baye Sabjajana, the Lord of Lanka.
So a warrior, but also a strategist and like an enabler for others.
Precisely. He helps restore Dharma, the right order of things. In fact, the text even calls him Rama's Ramadaware Tum Rakware.
His doorkeeper.
Essentially, yeah, his guardian at the gate. It implies that nothing really happens in Rama's sphere without Hanuman's okay, his command, his grace.
Wow. Okay. So we've seen the devotion, the incredible deeds. What does all this mean for, someone today who reveres Hanuman or uses this text, the chalisa? What powers does he have, and what kind of benefits does the text promise?
Right, for devotees, the chalisa is just packed with promises. It's a huge source of hope and strength. And says he's the one who makes basically, through his grace, all the difficult tasks in the world become easy.
Makes difficult tasks easy. That's quite a promise.
It is. And it's not just physical stuff. It's about simplifying life's complexities. His own power is so immense. It's he upon Desh Samhara Apya. He has to consciously control his own divine energy, his radiance. And when he roars, the three worlds tremble. It shows his cosmic scale.
Okay, so immense power under control.
And very protective, too. The text claims that just hearing his name, Mahavir, keeps negative things away, ghosts, evil spirits, you name it. He's a powerful protector.
So just saying his name helps?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And it also promises that chanting his name, Japatanranda, like constantly, regularly, will nosrog harai sabpira. It removes illness and suffering.
Removes illness and suffering.
Yes. And he, Sankate he Hanuman Chudava, he rescues you from distress, from Naisanka. Any crisis, if you meditate on him sincerely, mind, deed, and word. He's also called the protector of saints, destroyer of demons, and always dear to Rama.
That's an incredible range of protection and help. And you mentioned something earlier, something about siddhis and nidhis. What was that?
Ah, yes. That's a really key point. The text says he is the bestower of Ashtasiddhis, that's 8 specific supernatural powers, and Navnidhis is 9 divine treasures.
8 powers and 9 treasures. What does that represent?
Well, it's not just about magic tricks. It represents complete mastery, really. Mastery over the spiritual world and the material world. And this ability, this boon, was given to him by Mother Janaki, who is Sita, Rama's wife.
Given by Sita herself. Why?
As a reward, a testament to his incredible devotion and service to her and Rama. So the implication is, if you're devoted to Hanuman, you can potentially unlock all sorts of potential and abundance, spiritual and worldly.
That's huge.
It is. And he holds the Ramrasayan, which is like the essence, the nectar of devotion to Rama. So being devoted to Hanuman, the text suggests, leads you straight to Rama. And it promises the forgetting of sorrows from countless past lives.
Forgetting.
Yeah. And then there's this really powerful claim. At the end of your life, you go to Rama's abode. And it even asserts that you don't need to remember any other deity because Hanuman alone provides all happiness. It really emphasizes how all-encompassing he is for his devotees.
Wow. Okay, so that covers Hanuman's attributes and the blessings he offers. But what about the text itself? Does the chalisa claim any specific power for the person who recites it?
It does, and this is where it becomes a practical tool for people. The text makes a really big promise about reciting it. It says, Jo Satbar Path Karkoi, if someone chants the chalisa 100 times.
100 times.
Yes, 100 times. It's said to bring Maha Sukhoi, great joy, great happiness. And what's more, it explicitly guarantees that reading this Hanuman Chalisa Hoi Siddhi, you will attain success, spiritual accomplishment. And it even says Shiva himself, called Garisa here, is the witness to this fact.
Shiva is the witness.
That's what the text claims. It suggests that the very act of devotion, through reciting these specific verses, is a powerful catalyst for positive change and ultimately fulfillment.
What an incredible deep dive. I mean, really uncovering all these layers, the meaning, the power, the promises, all tied to Hanuman and all packed into this one pretty concise text. It's amazing how much can be in there.
It really is. This deep dive, I think, perfectly shows how a short spiritual text can be this profound storehouse of character, mythology, belief. It was way more than just verses, isn't it? It's like a roadmap for understanding this figure who embodies so much immense power, yes, but also that unwavering loyalty and this ability to grant blessings that really cover all parts of life.
Absolutely.
So thinking about Hanuman's role here, this divine helper who's both incredibly powerful but also so deeply devoted in service. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What patterns do you see in how different cultures imagine their ideal heroes or divine figures, especially this blend of, immense strength combined with profound service?